Salem, thank you very much, man. That's super nice for you to say. I'm glad you're able to stop by and hang out with us. And Roxy as well. Appreciate that. You might be interested in inheriting Frickett's house if you choose right dialogue options. Oh, it's okay. I think I'm going to try to buy the one here. But thank you. That's also stuff like that. Let me figure that out by myself. But thank you.
There's nothing. No.
Everything all right?
Look around you. Everything you see doesn't exist. We're not here. And the real Lord, the four-armed king, is lost forever. It's just greedy, deceitful lords everywhere. False kings. There is no king. Sagramore wanted too much. And Vane, he doesn't even know what he wants. Nothing. There's just nothing.
Sagramore, who are you talking about?
I've seen his cursed kingdom. I've seen it haunt my endless nightmares. A kingdom now forgotten by all. An aberration that should never have existed. I saw it. He made them kneel and cry his name. Sagramore! Sagramore! Sagramore!
Okay. What are you talking about, Vane?
Present but absent. Always absent. Always uncertain. Kunark is doomed, as is Yvain's entire bloodline.
Okay, have some money.
Gold. Ah, yes. Gold. The true nothingness.
I mean, I can take it back if you'd like. Damn. Okay. Rude boy be rude.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Kill. Sith says kill him. Of course, somebody named Sith would be like, kill him.
Kill him.
Kill him now. Hi, Imram.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but, well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace.
Who are you?
Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of
I too am
sorts,
scatterbrained.
though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost. Ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know.
Hey, Deathman, what's up, bud?
Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature. So I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind.
Ooh. What are you working on right now?
If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest, but I won't give an answer. Trust me. I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things.
No. Go on.
Wow. That's really kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right?
Wow.
But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests?
That Avalon might have been home to...
Ah, I'll tell you.
Oh.
It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there.
What? And what would those people of Farpoint be doing in the south?
Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far.
Have a good one, Red. What about the weirdness enshrouding the entire island?
And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything.
So what are you planning to do?
For now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet.
What about your injury?
Oh, don't worry about that, really. It's more of a, let's call it an occupational hazard rather than an actual ailment. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle, or whatever it is you say here. Yes, something like that.
Where did you want to go?
The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you.
Okay.
Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly and, more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return.
Do you know anything about the situation in Connacht?
The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, these people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict.
What can you tell me about Vrel?
I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes, it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. I'll get back to work.
Well, this dude's kind of awesome. Hi, Vrel.
Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start.
Well, you mean people were doing more than just reading here?
Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private.
We are on the same page. Careful, Cohh, his quest is bugged. Don't save load in the quest area. You'll know where, don't want to spoil. Thank you. Okay, I will keep that in mind. No, guys. They were just reading it for the articles. Calm down. They were just super excited about the articles in those books. So you're Dawiata?
Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all.
Oh, I've got one. A Dawiata walks into a bookshop.
And then the shopkeeper says, it must be raining. Told you, I know them all. Maybe one day, I'll even compile them into a collection and burn it.
That's fair. How did you end up in Connacht?
This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me.
Then why stay here?
Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need
That's
to do.
exactly what you're supposed to do, yeah.
I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him.
Oh, damn.
And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there.
My friend told me the Delbury ought to have some strengthening potion. They want to try it.
Let me guess. Your friend's a Camelocian who's heard the Berserker potion can make a man tear a bear's arms from its sockets, and now he thinks he can be like us. Hate to break it to you, but that's no how it works.
That's not how it works.
Our strength comes from battle, from blood, and that brew is Mither's ain rage running in our veins. Besides, it's a tribe secret. I might have left the Volker, but I'm no about to hand our secrets just to anybody.
Still, you must have something useful.
Camelocians and their love for shortcuts, but fine, have it your way. If your friend thinks swallowing something will help, maybe I can lend a horn. Here, it's harmless. Mostly herbs and a bit of spice. My father used to say true strength lies in the mind.
Red priests.
So if your
scary?
friend is
Yes,
as determined
they are.
as you say, who knows? This might be enough for them. Good luck convincing them it's the real deal. That's half the battle.
I'm looking for a book about pregnancy and labor.
Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations. Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here.
One second. Oh God, thank you. It's our first.
Wise of you to prepare yourselves. I think I have just the thing for you. The Temple of the All-Mother issued this book to instruct their priestesses in midwifery. Speaking of which, if you want some practical tips, you should ask Nianti. She might still remember how to deliver a baby, although I wouldn't bet on it.
All right, so what I'm going to do,
So, when's the baby coming?
3 months or so. We're very excited.
Is that so? How about you tell me the truth?
Actually, it's not for me, but a soldier named Rigby.
Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself?
He said you chased him off because you hate Camelocians.
Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me.
What?
Uh-huh. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right.
Damn.
Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his poor wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal?
This is so interesting. Because in my head, I immediately went, wouldn't it get better if we gave him the book and then he could fix it potentially? And that's the second option. I think you should do it the other way around. Give Rigby the story of Geraint the Unfaithful. I'm going to try this option.
You presume a man like that can be taught reason? I'm afraid the book's lesson will be completely lost on him, if he even bothers to read it. He might just tear out a few pages every time he goes to the privy.
Everyone deserves a chance to learn.
Fine. Fine. I won't make myself a hypocrite out of spite. I'll send his wife the priestess's book. May Mather at least bless her with a smooth labour, since she couldn't bless her with a decent man.
Here's my other thinking here. I don't necessarily think that somebody who is just about to have a baby necessarily needs to find out right before that her husband is an unfaithful piece of shit. Give her like 3 months, let her have the kid, and then give him a chance to fix himself, and then she can deal with that.
I hope you've
seeing what labor can do to a woman, I would say that that's probably the last thing they want to deal with right before having a child. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's wrong, but, you know, I mean, there's certainly an argument for wanting to know the second they could know. So, I don't know. Probably changes per person.
Hello there.
So did I actually get the book? Here. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go and give this to him. And I want to see if this is the kind of thing. It's gonna be real interesting. This is gonna be a very telling quest. Because if we can fix this guy, it's gonna make me feel like we always want to explore these options. But if we give this guy the book and he's just like, oh, this is bullshit, good, more toilet paper, then I'm gonna be like, this game is too real. This game is too real. Too real. All right, let's see.
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet?
You lied to me. Vrel told me you were harassing her. I have a book. Don't worry, your wife will get the one about midwifery.
What? What is this shit? What am I supposed to do with this?
You could read it and learn from it.
Did that Rita bitch put you up to this? A savage, teaching me morals. Don't make me laugh. So I like women. What of it? What my wife doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, what else am I supposed to do when I'm away from her for months on end?
God damn it.
A man has needs, you know? I'm not a red priest,
It's
damn it.
exactly what she
Take your
said.
money and get lost. I don't want to talk to you again. So, I've actually read the book. I didn't have anything better to do during the night watch. You know, maybe I'm not being all that fair to my wife. Thanks for bringing it to me.
Okay. No, I think that's the best option. All right. No, I think him deciding to be a good husband is probably the best ending to that. Chat, we fixed him. Look at that. Men can learn. I didn't know that myself, but look at that.
Oh, hello there.
Hi, hello. Let's go over down here because I want to look at our other books. We may have something interesting.
I swear, if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes right up his arse. What?
Did something happen?
Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's most of my income.
Wait a
gone
second.
in the wind.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What would someone need all those books for?
That's no something I'd like to think too much about.
That's fair. Do you have any suspects?
Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months, I'd be bankrupt.
That's fair. Have you reported the break-in?
Aye, 'cause Denholm's got nothing better to do than go around asking his men if they nicked all the porn from the local Del Rita bookshop.
That's fair?
I'd be laughed out of his tent.
Yeah, that's fair. I could talk to that soldier for you.
Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all, He's no a bad sort. Just a little.
Yeah, I'm really
hot-headed.
worried this is gonna lead back
So
to
if
that
you
guy.
do find him, try not to rough him up too much. Alright?
I'm really worried that this is all
I've
gonna
calmed
lead back
down.
to the dude,
Apologies.
and she's gonna want all her books
Welcome
back.
to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying.
And we dropped them all off
And
in
if
the
you're
woods.
here for porn, then hello again.
Okay. We have the strong health pot. We have that. And then it's all just porn. Oh my god. I was... Wow. Okay. Okay, we're actually going to do this quest real quick because I'm a little concerned
Nice to
that
see you.
I might not be able to do this.
Hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone?
Jeez. I'm actually looking for you. You've got a bit of a reputation around here.
A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough?
No, for being Liliana's biggest fan. Funny thing, all the books about her are missing.
Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No!
Any idea who might have taken them?
I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid.
Nah, you'll be fine, dude.
Oh, thank the gods. I was losing sleep over this. I mean, I don't trust that priest farther than I could throw him, but he's got a way of getting inside your head, you know? I guess I should have known better. Beautiful Liliana's too pure to curse a guy, right? Right?
Where can I find him?
Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard. Take care now.
This freaking game
wasn't
chat.
expecting company.
Alwyn's house. Oh, we gotta go down. What is the right way down? I'm not sure what the right way is. I mean, I've been taking these stone stairs, and that's working okay. I just get hurt a little bit. I'm sure there's a more proper way though. There's probably a stairway somewhere or something. Oh.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the
He's a
people.
flagellant.
Through service and duty we ascend to
That's
holiness.
true, we do. Hi, buddy.
It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruits thereof.
Okay, you're weird. Let's stop that.
Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this?
I spoke with a soldier who... I see a self-flagellating priest, not one in prayer.
The body is a vessel of the prophet's will, and its purpose is not to squander, but to glorify, says a sermon written by Flamen the Chaste. Through the suffering of the body, I free myself from the snares of evil. Each strike of the whip creates a wound, a holy space to be filled with the K's grace.
Anyway, I spoke with a soldier who told me he filled his head with some strange notions.
I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that,
Ooh.
because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity, as I know what that man intended to do with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter.
Sir. And what terrible thing do you think he intended to do?
He intended to stain his soul with sin. People who are lost for their entire lives don't even realize they're on a path to nowhere, that each new crossroads only leads them more astray. I only want to protect them from this. I want to ensure that their life's path would have fewer moments of doubt over whether to succumb to temptation or resist it.
You say you know all too well the dangers these books can do?
Of course. I am a Red Priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what shatters a person's dignity, about the acts that cloud the mind with a fog.
You sound very insecure, almost as if you have something weighing on your conscience.
My conscience is untroubled, thanks to my penance. Leave me. I wish to pray.
Oh.
We are the sanctified.
Sorry, I'm busy. We need to talk again.
Why do you disturb me again?
I have no patience for you, priest. Speak, or we'll see how you pray with my fist in your throat.
Violence is such a primitive act. Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words
animal.
yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations.
What did you plan to do with these books, man?
What did I plan? To burn them, of course.
Oh my God.
That is what Miss Liliana
An
deserved.
actual
That
monster.
is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel.
Miss Liliana?
Yes. You heard correctly. Do you think I don't know what's in those books? I won't deny it. I took a peek inside. I needed to understand the sheer scale of depravity we are dealing with.
Sir? You want to burn books because they make people horny?
I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue, granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts, engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple.
I would gladly familiarize myself with this sermon and then return to you.
Ah, you wish to have at least the bare minimum for discussion. Excellent. Look around our quarters. You should find that text, along with its perfect complement, a sermon on purity and temperance. We are the sanctified martyrs.
Oh my
Through
God.
blood we strive for
Convincing
purity.
Ismat won't be easy. I need to study the books and come up
Through purity
with...
we serve
Oh my
the
lord,
people.
dude.
Through service and duty we are...
Okay.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for...
Brothers and sisters, heed this wisdom. The body is a vessel of the prophet's will, and its purpose is not to squander, but to glorify. Hands that stray towards idle pleasures build no temple, for what is taken in secrecy profits not the soul. Let thy flesh govern thy spirit, for the fleeting flames of indulgence consume the heart's purity and leave behind only ash. Treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel. As the purest pursuit for bodily pleasures is like blindness. As a blind man cannot fulfill his service to either his kin or to Kai, which makes him barren and lost forever. The seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of a greater purpose. Oh my.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we
What was the other one?
strive for...
We got one of them, but the other two are stealing?
Through purity...
Labor of hands, whether in toil or in rest, is not in itself a matter of sin, for sin dwells not in the notion, but in the intent. Oh. It is the heart that corrupts, not the body's natural course. To every season a purpose, to every act its time. A gift, the gift of life and the body's design are not given in shame, but in wonder. All that is done in secret shall be known, as we all acknowledge that we are people, and as in people we sin. Idle hands are those which cease to build love, care, and connection, but not all solitude is idleness, nor is every private act vanity. Condemn not where no harm is done, and let thy heart seek wisdom before casting stones.
We are the sanctified martyrs.
Okay.
We are the sanctified martyrs.
This is going to be
Through
interesting.
blood we strive for purity. You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. All of Liliana's books will burn as soon as I finish my prayer.
I've read some of the Red Church sermons.
So, what has someone like you gleaned from them? I am most curious, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself. Know this, the seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose.
What if such a form of satisfaction allows people to meet their needs in a healthy way? Does that not serve a purpose?
Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill.
Hold on.
If we are the sanctified.
Chat. Someone in chat says I missed a book. They only said 2 books. Oh Lord.
We are the sanctified martyrs.
You can't read that one.
Through blood we strive for purity.
Oh, he said 2 books, but there are 3.
Purity we serve the people.
I thought we got all the books.
Through service and duty we ascend.
That one is
to
stealing. Do we have to
holiness.
steal them?
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve.
Oh, we can
people.
still read it. Okay. We already read that one.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people.
Okay, I think
Through
that's all of
service
them.
and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act alone that is weighed.
Okay.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity.
All right, let's see.
You have no of mean how just
Isn't it that the prophet judges not the vessel's nature, but its fruits? The Camelocian you are scared of is a soldier. He serves. But what about, yet it is not the act of the hand that condemns, but the heart that guides it astray.
I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline. And you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word.
Your language is full of accusations. And what about, thus walk not in shame, but in understanding?
I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will
Don't
still
know about that
stand
one.
before Cohh and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection.
You quoted that the seed is sacred. Perhaps we should treat those subjects as a natural part of our life without unnecessary sanctity.
And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtues. Stripping purity from every aspect of life. You kill holiness, and then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone.
You should let hearts seek wisdom before casting stones.
Of course, that's not true.
What?
This is exactly why we serve.
Rude.
So that you, the common folk, do not have to find the path
I'm
on
not
your
the
own.
common folk.
We are your shepherd,
Oh my god.
guiding you to greener pastures. You don't have to make your heart seek wisdom. Just listen to the teachings of the Red Church.
What gives you the right to control what a person does with their own body?
This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness.
Please drink some water, Cohh. Honestly, I don't know how to say this any other way. I tried to do it in like a cool, sexy way, and now I'm just saying you need to drink some water. You look so dry. Like human sandpaper with a sawdust haircut. It is actually amazing to see. Like it is a modern marvel, but I'd love to see it wet.
Nice. Awesome. But is it really for you to judge? The same sermon says, yet the prophet's judgment is not swift, but discerning and full of care and justice at the same time.
That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity?
None of these are great. What do this one though? You desire grace, someone else desires eroticism. Both are fine as long as neither harms the other person.
It is true that I myself was not always a priest. I did not always live guided by purity. Did that make me someone who hurt others or a bad person? I believe it did not. That's a thought worth remembering. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer.
Okay. So that was not enough. I think what we have to do is we have to challenge him at each one. And we have to like make enough of good impacts to convince him. Passion Trash says I reloaded so many times.
Through you have so it's no of me. How does I see you didn't what this what?
Speaking on these matters, you seem to adopt an accusatory tone.
I fear that sometimes this tone is avoid your and you.
I think you allocate sanctity to the wrong things, but it's crucial to find holiness where it truly resides and at the same time discern where excessive zeal is unnecessary.
Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation. and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This would it that is as
I like this one, yeah.
However, still, so, what about my role? It is that's speaking with you has been profound. I believe it was Kay herself who led our paths to cross. Thank you deeply for this dispute. You've left me with much to reflect upon. Of course, I'll return your books.
Awesome.
For now, I can't
Okay.
decide what should be done with them.
So we only were one option off. Not bad. Hell yeah, man. That was good. We were one option off. Oh, Lord. And it's dark. It's very dark. All right. Oh, Osty, good to know. Unfortunately for me, I must depart. It's Thursday, which means it's meeting time for me. Game dev stuff, so I gotta go. As always, really appreciate your time. Tonight, I think I am doing my kids' bedtime, so I probably won't be here for a cozy, but I should be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. ET, as I'm starting to get in the habit of doing. Let me check my calendar for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have a noon meeting, but I can do that over my lunch. So I think tomorrow is mostly a normal day. Awesome. Great. All right. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day and excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are around the globe. And as always, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't, make sure to check out the store, cohh.tv/store, for the Fenrir plushie and other awesome stuff. And also, we have a new interview up with the Dune devs. So if you want to check out the interview, that's in the Dune interview command. And that's about it. See you guys later. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.